Hello and welcome to Ventures. On the program today, we're going to be looking at beauty products, natural beauty products. How do these products get from farm to your beauty table? Do stay with us as we speak to Ruqqaya Tofa Basheer. She is the founder of Raw Beauty Africa. Don't go anywhere.
Selling your goods, products and services locally is good, but it can get better when you trade with other nations. With a strategy to diversify the productive base of the Nigerian economy away from oil, the Nigerian Export Promotion Council is driving the Export for Survival initiative. Come on board. Let's take you through major non-oil products you can export and earn at international rates as we equip you with the required knowledge and skills for a successful export business. Export for Survival remains a viable option for economic growth and survival.
Welcome to Ventures. With me in the studio is Ruqqaya Tofa Basheer. She is the founder of Raw Beauty Africa. Welcome to Ventures.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to start with what is Raw Beauty about? Tell us the science of creating a beauty product.
The whole concept is about making beauty products from our local indigenous plant resources. So the business was started in Kano State at a time when I had just given birth to my twins, and I have to first give you a history of why I actually went into the business.
Okay.
Because as a child and through my adult life I had suffered from eczema, and my parents in my early years were always taking me to dermatologists. When we traveled, my dad loved traveling, so wherever we went I would see a dermatologist, and I never really got a solution for it. So teenage years up to university, I was kind of just trying to deal with that problem. And then coming back to Nigeria, I had an experience before I came back where I went to seek solution for myself and ended up with at an aesthetic medical whatever. Okay. And she ended up prescribing something that was very harsh for my skin. So my skin started becoming very dry. In addition to me having eczema, it just became much drier. And so that's when I started my curiosity about ingredients that are found in beauty products. And I found out that what I was prescribed was actually quite bad for me. And so I then kind of went into a sort of plant-based journey where I was just seeking out brands that are plant-based and using kind of clean brands. And at the time it was brands like Avida, Origins, they were just coming up, Kiehl's. So this journey of research into ingredients, into what they do for the skin, etc., sparked that. And then coming back to Nigeria, where I had already kind of found my own way of dealing with my condition, but then now it was hard for me to access the products that I was used to accessing, and then trying to find a more sustainable way for myself to have products that would work for my skin. And so then going into Kano, meeting an agronomist that really turned my entire head around the power of plants and the huge array of local plant resources that we have here in Nigeria. And that's where my journey began.
Okay, so but you mentioned your twins, and then we are holding that thought.
Yes.
Your twins also had a reason why you were into.
Yes, my first daughter also, when I gave birth to her, had that condition. Her skin was extremely dry when I gave birth to her, and I was in the States, and I couldn't find. I went to several brands at the time that were available off the counter there. They just didn't work. And at the time I had already done some courses whilst I was pregnant with her. But this was just for me to find my own solution. I didn't think that my daughter would also have that. Yeah. So that kind of was the moment that kind of forced me to start and I had formulated and made a product for her, just getting ingredients from Amazon and other like apothecary stores around the States, and made something like a body butter for her. And within a week, her skin literally like peeled off, and it was brand new. And then the community I had there, like my sister and my family members, were like, you need to start seriously thinking about this. So when I came back to Nigeria, I had people asking me, like I had family members with kids similar that had similar conditions to me, asking me to make for them, etc. So that's how it started. And then having my twins, I moved to Kano. So that's where I met the agronomist, and that's how my ingredient list really became a lot more diverse and more specific to local indigenous ingredients.
So it's safe to say that you do a full range of body care products for children all the way to adulthood?
So we did start with children, but we were not making much profit with that. So at the moment, I do bespoke just with people who have known me to be making products for children, still will come and I'll do it bespoke for them. But these are not many people. Because of the price range, I found a lot of people just were not, they didn't really get why they had to spend that much to spend on a baby product. So we ended up just being more specific to adults, because they were more willing to spend on themselves as, you know, their babies.
In difference to, to the, if you compare with the regular baby products.
Exactly,
okay. So,
exactly.
Okay, so how sustainable is what you're doing? How is it? Sourcing materials.
Yes.
And getting it into the product. And then tell us a little bit of the science as well.
Okay, so the science is really in terms of the formulation, the product development, and also the sourcing of the ingredients. The ingredients we find, we have different, we are plant-based, but we have different grades of natural. So we have the base ingredients, which are plant-based ingredients that are found locally. So that's where the sustainability aspect comes in, where we're trying to source at least 50% of our ingredients from local resources. So ingredients like moringa, baobab, hibiscus, shea butter, cocoa, palm kernel, those kind of ingredients that we do get indigenously. Then we extract them in various forms. We have, from the seeds of the plant, we extract the oils. So we have oils, we also have butters like the shea butter, cocoa butter. Then we also have essential oils like lemongrass, orange. We also have powders where we dry the leaves of the plant like moringa powder, neem powder, hibiscus powder, where we dry the flower of the hibiscus and we grind it into a very fine powder. And those go into like our scrubs, exfoliants, our soaps as well. And then another layer is then the hydrosols, because we do make advanced products. So some of our products do contain water ingredients, so which means that you are formulating it in terms of how they seep in. The science is really when you're trying to get a product to be effective, you're looking at it from the molecular state. You're looking at the density of the ingredient. You're looking at how fast it seeps, it sinks into the skin. And it's like a science of layering.
Okay.
Where, you know, you have your occlusives, you have to put them at the top because you want them to seal the skin, and then you have your other oils, you have your humectants. There's like different layers that go in.
Also like when they make the fragrance and there's a top note.
Yes, there's a top note, there's a middle, there's a, yes. So when you want to make a product, for example, I would say I want to make a cleanser for that people with acne can use, but it's not too harsh, and people with sensitive skin can also use. So the ingredients that you will research, and it also depends on what the ingredient does. You have to look at anti-inflammatory activity, for example. You have to look at antioxidant activity. So there's a lot of testing that goes into it. If you're buying active ingredients, which we do use active ingredients like vitamin C, like salicylic acid, or those type of ingredients, which are also formerly plant-based ingredients, but they've gone through processes and they're not in their first natural state, but they're in their second natural state. Okay. So those are also plant-based ingredients. And so it also depends on the proportionality of the ingredient that you're going to use to solve whatever it is you're trying to solve. So there's a lot of research.
It's actually, there's a lot of research and
there's a lot of calculations.
Niche industry when you're doing this kind of top. Is it a top
Well, it's a
range
niche
product?
industry. We find ourselves in a niche industry in Nigeria or in Africa. But if we are to spread ourselves, we are by way not very niche. Okay. I mean, beauty is quite complex. Beauty products are very advanced in other parts of the world. We right now in Nigeria are taking natural plant-based to just mean we're just whipping shea butter or we're making black soap and adding shea butter to it. Yeah. But I mean, we can take it a whole further.
Okay. All right, so we've talked about sustainability in the industry, the science of it a little bit, raw materials to water and waste management. How do you do that in this industry?
So our products don't use that much water. We are now going into using, like, we have water pots in some of our products, but we have more oil-based products than water-based products. But our water-based products, actually now we have changed them not to include water, even though they do include water. So the water part is now mostly we use hydrosols. So in the process of making essential oils, like the scent, because the scent also, we don't use perfume or like fragrance. We use essential oils which give off a fragrance, but they're natural. So you process them from like your lemongrass, from your peppermint, from your lavender, your rose. So they are natural ingredients as well. And the byproduct that comes out of that process is a water that is called hydrosol. Okay. So the water is not just water, but it also contains vitamins in it, just sort of the qualities of the plant kind of seep into that. So it's like an additional advantage. Okay. So that's what we use.
So it's a byproduct that is quite useful
as
well.
So it's kind of upcycling. Yes. And we use also like the peels of the orange, for example, you know. And when we do extract all these things, right now we have a farm and we're hoping to start planting in April. So the whole process is all the waste now goes back into the soil. So that's where the sustainability aspect also.
So where is all of this based?
So our operations are Kano, Abuja. We have our factory where we started in Kano State. We've just put together our extraction plant, which is just by the factory. We have a farm now, which is also in Kano State, but offices are based in Abuja. Abuja, what happens is all the operations in terms of all our marketing people are there, our lab formulators are there, because product development does take part in Abuja. So all the research, the development of the products, and then it gets transferred to the factory where the products are made. Okay.
Then where is the shop where you can?
We currently do
retail. You don't do.
We currently do not have a shop, but hopefully by March we will have. We have a spa coming up, and there's a retail area within the spa.
Okay. So right now, what you do is online?
Yes, we do mostly online. We do have stock in Super Pharma, which is a pharmacy on Ghana Street. We also have other retail partners. We have e-health clinics in Lugbe. We have a beauty counter there. We have in Lagos, we have a few spas that we partner with.
Every state in Nigeria is endowed with mineral and non-mineral products required in the international market in commercial quantities. The One State, One Product initiative seeks to diversify the economy and boost exports. With the support of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, your goods and services will obtain the necessary certifications to sell in destinations across the world. What is more, you do not have to make the journey to distant ports. Connect with NEPC today and we will lead you to where you want to go. Export for survival, optimizing Nigeria's non-oil potentials.
We were talking about a niche industry and then now having a retail shop. Tell me how difficult or how easy it is to be in this particular industry.
It is quite hard, but I say, when you know that you're making a difference and you know that you're helping people out. We have a lot of people, we deal with different skin issues like acne, hyperpigmentation, either from the acne spots or sunburn, or some people who have bleached their skin and want to start using natural, want to transition. We have also dry skin conditions like eczema, psoriasis, or just aging. So we deal with different aspects of skin issues. And I would say, when you get people that you really help find a solution, the difficulties kind of go away in a sense.
Yes, I get that because it's actually saying that you're giving solutions to the problem.
And that's not to say that we don't like that it's 100% skincare. Skin is very complex, and you do get people that would say, I didn't get anything back, or I've noticed something, but I would say we have at least a 90% success rate in most of our products. So I think we're very happy with that figure.
Okay. So how long have you been in this?
This is our 6th year.
And where do you see it going, like in the next?
Currently for this year, our plans are for export. I'm just coming back from a spring fair in Birmingham, just to be able to access international markets, because the the terrain here is getting quite difficult. So survival is very key for us. And one of the main things we deal with is that we're still yet to actually hit our target market, because our products, like I said, are advanced, and so it's difficult for people to fathom that a made in Nigeria product could be as good as Clinique or Clarins or Murad. So there's always that kind of reluctance to trust or to put value in what is local. So that's one of the problems we're facing, and we figured we're always embraced fully by the international community and by expats. We have a lot of expat customers. So we figured, why not perhaps be visible in international markets, and that might perhaps make our people put the value
that
in the products.
Deserve,
exactly.
Yes. All right. So, and then I want to talk about black skin and other skin types. Is your product a general skin type product?
So we extensively research into how black skin reacts. And of course, how black skin reacts is very important for us because we're black, we're women-led. Most of our, I think it's only now that we're having the spa that we'll have an expat coming, but we're all Africans there, we're mostly women. So black skin is very important to us, and it's actually our priority.
Okay. And hair products?
Yes, we do hair products. The skin products are the main products we have, but we have gone into hair. And the hair products, we used to do them like maybe 3 times a year, and would do like a limited edition, and they would go so fast.
So tell us a little bit about the employment scenario in your organization.
Yeah, so currently I think right now we might be a bit more, because we just hired 3 other people. I haven't counted before I got here, but my last check was we had 17 employees. That's spread out between Abuja and Kano. So yeah, we've grown quite a lot also from last year when we started growing and had the Abuja office and lab. So we hope to keep growing. Now we have the spa coming. I'm sure we're going to be employing many more people in the next coming month. We have interviews set for March. So yes, I'm really happy about that. I think one of my whys is to provide jobs.
So, but what's your typical work day like?
Typical work day, so I don't go into work every day because I have a family and I try to balance everything out. So I think the secret when you are a founder is to try to delegate jobs and to try to find the right people that can actually assume some of the duties that you are doing. So I work 3 to 4 days a week. 4 days. I don't work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's for my family. Of course, I might do something at home, but I don't go into the office.
Okay. So do you have a little lab where in the middle of the night you're thinking about something and you just jump up and go into that lab and create something?
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
Okay.
I used to.
Because writers, creative people, there's always that thing that comes to you.
Right now, my creative thing is just business development and driving the business, taking it to where it needs to go. Okay. So right now, I'm just maybe the designated driver, just trying to carry everything we're doing and find opportunities for us. So I have people that are now in the lab. I might wake up and be like, I want you to research that. I want this kind of product. Okay. And so they will be working to gather all the information, etc. But yeah, I do get my light bulb moments, but it's not really about going into the lab.
Why are products like this more expensive? You've explained a bit of it, but tell us take us a little bit in depth on why such products are more expensive.
Well, honestly, you know, ingredients are expensive. That's number one. Labor is expensive. For us, labor is expensive. And I still don't even feel like we're paying what we would ideally pay. But I think in the industry, we're actually one of the companies that do pay well. So all these things, office space, you know, even machinery, equipment, all these things cost money. And hours spent, like I said, there's a lot of research that goes into it. We released, like for example, if I say to you, our skin butter now, we've been developing it for the past 3 years. It's still in development. You know, we still don't feel like it's ready to launch it in the international market. So, and it's really good, okay. You know. So that kind of mindset, yes, and that kind of dedication to excellence, and we're very proud to have cosmetic formulators that we're working with, some that are permanent, some that are part-time, some that are coming in under consultancy basis to develop these products for our customers.
So, what's the beauty product without the packaging, right? So how do you do your packaging? And then what's the average price of a product that you have? Average
price, well, we have our soaps, which are quite affordable. We have 3 types of soap, for acne, for hyperpigmentation, and for dry skin. Those go for 5,100. They're just about to go up in price because of the economy. But those are our base products. And then our highest product right now, it costs 58,000. So somewhere in between is our average price. So I would say 20 something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then the packaging.
We started off being anti-plastics, but as you develop products, you find that you are getting more advanced in your offerings to your customers. So you're in need of pumps and nozzles and all these which are plastic. So you cannot get away from being advanced and not using plastic. So right now we do use a little bit of plastic, but we always encourage recycling and reuse. Our outer packaging are currently made out of recycled craft paper. So we have our branding on it, and it's got like gold foiling around it. So it's biodegradable packaging.
Wow.
And everything comes in glass.
Thank you so much for coming to Ventures.
Thank you very much for
Thank you
having me.
For
Thank
shedding
you.
light on
Thank you for letting
raw
me.
beauty Africa.
Thank you very much.
I hope it grows in leaps and bounds.
I
Thank
hope
you so
so
much.
too.
Selling your goods, products and services locally is good, but it can get better when you trade with other nations. With a strategy to diversify the productive base of the Nigerian economy away from oil, the Nigerian Export Promotion Council is driving the Export for Survival initiative. Come on board. Let's take you through major non-oil products you can export and earn at international rates as we equip you with the required knowledge and skills for a successful export business. Export for Survival remains a viable option for economic growth and survival.
It's been super exciting today discussing natural beauty products with Ruqqaya Tofa Basheer. She is the founder of Raw Beauty Africa. Do join us again same time next week as we bring in another interesting subject on Ventures. We are always celebrating enterprise.